Hi, Marissa.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Good. How's school been?
It's good.
It's April, so it's almost done, huh?
Yeah.
Do you have any plans this summer?
Not too many.
Just taking a break?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always nice to have. Okay, so I know last time we met, you said you didn't know much about celiac disease, and we just kind of ran through your diet recall of the past 24 hours. So I was thinking today we can just kind of pick up where we left off and focus more on educating what you have. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Great. So our goal today will be focusing on helping you understand what celiac disease is and helping you understand what is safe for you to eat and what isn't safe for you to eat. So celiac disease, it affects about 1% of the U.S. population. So even though that doesn't seem like a lot, it's over 3 million people. And there's a lot of misconception about it. So it's an autoimmune disease. So your immune system attacks your own cells. Most people think that when someone is following a gluten-free diet, that it's because they have an allergy to gluten, but that's not the case. It's where your own body attacks your own cells. It doesn't attack the gluten that is coming into your body. So it's a response, and it's attacking, more specifically, your small intestine cells. So gluten itself is made up of 2 proteins, and when those 2 proteins enter your GI system, when you eat a product that contains gluten, it's going to trigger that immune response, and your immune system is going to come out and attack your villi. So that is just the cells in your small intestine that absorbs the food. So when you eat, you have all the nutrients in your GI system, and it's going to go through your villi and go into your blood, so then your body can use those nutrients. Okay. So here is what the inside of your gut looks like. So inside of your small intestine, your food's going to be right there. And this is what your villi should look like. It's those tube-like finger structures. And all on that surface area of them is where the nutrients go in and get absorbed. But when you have celiac and your immune system creates that response, you're going to have damaged villi, and it's going to look like that. So it takes away the surface area of absorption. And when you can't absorb, you're going to have malabsorption then. So that's really the big idea of why you want to follow a gluten-free diet. It's going to help relieve the symptoms, and it's also going to help prevent this malabsorption. So because it does cause malabsorption, and you've been having this intolerance for a while, and you haven't been following a gluten-free diet, I think we're going to start with putting you on a multivitamin, because I know last time you said you didn't take any multivitamins.
Correct.
So one specifically with iron, folate, and niacin, and I can send you some good examples of those that you can just pick up at any grocery store, but just giving you extra nutrients because you're not absorbing some of them. So like we said, gluten is a protein, and specifically there's kind of 3 main staple sources that it's going to be found in, and that's going to be wheat, barley, and barley and rye. So the wheat itself is kind of the main thing because flour is made up of wheat. So right there, you hear those 2 things and you don't really think that's going to be in a lot of foods. But once you add flour, flour's in almost everything. So right there, just that aspect is going to make a lot of food that you can't eat. So to help alleviate the symptoms, the foods you're going to want to avoid are the ones with wheat, so any flour, barley, or rye. And then really with a gluten-free diet, it's a lifelong commitment, so it's not something where you can just choose to eat something you like one day and it'll be fine. It's it's a lifelong thing that you have to do, because really this damaged villi, it's going to take probably years of having a gluten-free diet in order for it to get to like this again. So, and that's the main goal, to get that healthy small intestine. So I want to check your understanding of that a little bit, because I know that was a lot. I just kind of spit things at you, but do you understand, why you need to follow this gluten-free diet?
Yes. It prevents the absorption of food in my body that I eat.
Exactly. So what you're eating it to get absorbed so you can utilize it. And when you're not absorbing it, there's no benefit to it. So we talked about the pathophysiology of that, just to give you the understanding, but now I want to talk about what you actually are able to eat and what you aren't able to eat. So you have your gluten-free foods and your gluten-containing foods. So you're going to want to be eating
Gluten-free.
Yes, gluten-free. So I have some handouts for you. You can take these with you, but this first one here, on the second page, you have the ones that are not recommended, the foods. So the wheat, the barley, and the rye. And then it also lists malt and oat. And then you have, so gluten is mainly contained in those grains and plant sources, unless it's a processed food. So out of these things, corn, so with corn, that's going to include like corn tortilla chips, or so like Mexican foods, so Chipotle or salsaritas, like that would be okay from there.
Okay.
And then you also have nuts or potatoes or quinoa and rice. Do you like any of those?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So rice is a big one that there's misconception over. And then also in this pamphlet, when you leave, if you want to take a look at, they give example meals of what you could have, and all these things are gluten-free, so it can just give you a better idea of what you eat already. Milk. Yes. So that is a good thing. And then on this one, more allowed food, so beans, eggs, so the fresh meats, fish, and poultry, that's kind of the key word that it says fresh there.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you just take a turkey breast, that's going to be gluten-free, but if you take chicken nuggets, it has breading on it, and that has flour, so that's kind of where you get iffy, and you really have to check if the item itself is gluten-free. So this is where you have the middle list here, how it says breads, and that's going to be where you look at the item specifically, where it's more iffy. Then dairy products, fruits and vegetables, the corn, the quinoa, rice we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a nice car?
And then the foods to avoid, barley. And so most people don't eat plain barley itself all the time, but you have barley containing products in other foods, so that's really where you're going to have to look at the ingredient list. Rye, wheat, bulgur, yeah. And then, so the iffy ones in the middle, you look here at beer, so that's going to also be something that is off limits unless it specifically says it's gluten-free. And that's because you have the barley that's in the beer. And then cakes and pies and cookies because it's flour. Except, so with the flour, like all these things, I don't want you to be overwhelmed. It's all possible to eat these things still. You just have to cater it to your diet now. So if you walk into any grocery store, there's going to be flours that you can use for replacement that are called gluten-free. So if you want to make muffins, you can still make muffins. It just needs to be not all-purpose flour. And that's what I just want to work on, having you understand which ones are safe and which ones aren't safe. So if you take these home and kind of look over them, and also I have some apps that I'll send you also. But you have this one, the gluten-free scanner. So this will make it really simple. So next time you go to the grocery store, you literally just scan the barcode and it'll tell you if it has gluten or not. And it works on pretty much all items. So that's something you can mess around with. And then you also have the gluten-free plate. So this is recipes, and so like dinner, if you're struggling with something that you can't find, you can literally add the recipe, and then it'll tell you all the ingredients that you need to buy at the grocery stores that are gluten-free. So it has desserts, and it'll tell you the ingredients that you have to substitute. And then you also have the gluten-free Find Me. So this is just like the other Find Me app. So your location, it'll look at. So if you're on campus, it'll tell you what places on campus have gluten-free foods, and it'll tell you what to order on the menu. And there's also the market, where you can just type in the grocery store you're going to, and it'll tell you all the gluten-free items it has there. So those are convenient things that I think, while you're just kind of exploring what gluten-free items are, those would be helpful. So if you just want to focus on really that and looking over the list and that, and when you go grocery shopping, just making an effort to look at the ingredients list and see if you see anything that says, you know, the wheat on it, or the barley on it, or the rye on it. And then once you mentally go over it, then maybe pull up the scanner and check to confirm what you thought. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Thank you. Think that's a realistic goal for today, or?
I think so, especially with these.
Okay, great. Well then, we'll meet next week.
Okay.
Thank you.